I'm here again to bring you guys with the MMA fight video. This time I'm covering the Tough Brazil 3 finale main event that features a heavyweight collision between the former UFC heavyweight champion Junior Cigano dos Santos when he battles rising contender Stipe Miocic in an all-important fight in the heavyweight division, where one man starts his road back to the heavyweight title and the other could very well put himself directly into the title picture. I will give you guys a short fight profile and a full fight breakdown of these two fighters and who I have ultimately winning and moving one step closer to that UFC heavyweight gold. So without further ado, let's get Dos Santos Miocic. Now, for Junior Dos Santos, the last few fights, it's been kind of bittersweet for the guy. I mean, he lost his championship to Cain Velasquez at UFC 155 in 2012 via unanimous decision by just being outworked, being taken down 11 times or 10 times or whatever it was, and being outstruck on the feet. His face was messed up. Cain got done. But he was able to come back strong with that victory over Mark Hunt in the co-main event of UFC 160, you know, by outclassing him and getting that spinning back kick on him and knocking him out in the third round. And with that, he was set up to fight Cain again for the third time at UFC 166. But that fight offered more of the same that happened at UFC 1, except this time Junior was bloody and TKO'd. Surprisingly though, how it happened was really weird because he was trying to go for a submission attempt, but his body gave out after all that damage Cain inflicted on him throughout the fight, and then Cain finished it off via TKO and strikes. But at least he was showing improvement in his game. I mean, you know, yes, he saw the head kicks in the Carlin fight and the Hunt fight, but that was the first time we've seen Junior go for like a serious submission in a fight, even though he couldn't get it because obviously he was, you know, he was out of it. Cain put a hurting on him, and this really puts him in heavyweight purgatory because he is the number 2 heavyweight in the world, but he's lost to the man twice. So to get back in the title hunt, he's got to put together probably 3 solid wins. Moving from Team Nogueira to Novo Union is a good move. I mean, you know, the fact is, he's been doing the same old thing in Team Nogueira for a while now. Those guys are great fighters, but you need to go somewhere where iron sharpens iron. And I think he's really going to get new wrinkles in his game in training with those Novo Union guys. After all, they got 3 world champions on their team right now, and we're going to see a much improved Junior Dos Santos. First step towards regaining the glory begins when he faces Stipe Miocic in a 5-round main event live in Brazil at the Tough Brazil 3 finale. Miocic, who's riding a 2-fight win streak since losing for the very first time to Stefan Struve via knockout in 2012 by defeating the likes of Roy Nelson at UFC 161 by unanimous decision, and Gabe Gonzaga at UFC On Fox, Henderson versus Thompson by unanimous decision. And should Stipe come out victorious against Junior Dos Santos, he very well could be the next contender for the UFC Heavyweight Championship after the winner of Fabricio Verdum and Travis Brown faces down these two fighters. It's obvious that both guys are the same height. They're both 6'4". Stipe has a bit of a reach advantage over Junior by 2 inches. He has a 79-inch reach. The Junior's 77-inch reach. Down to the cardio. Both guys have excellent cardio in 3-round fights. Stipe has never been in a 5-round fight, and Junior has, so advantage Junior Dos Santos. Now when it comes down to the striking, it's obvious here who has the striking advantage. I mean, Stipe has good boxing skills. He's got some good kicks in there too. He has power in his hands. He's finished a lot of his opponents. Good footwork. But Junior Dos Santos is just on a whole nother level. You know, he's got wicked hand speed, excellent footwork, and he's very good at counter-striking as well. And he's not the kind of guy that you do the same routine with over and over and over again, because if you do, he will catch you and he will finish you. His favorite strikes are obviously the uppercut and that chopping right over the ear, which sent Kane and Hunt to the canvas. I've always said that Junior has been primarily just a boxer, but he will throw the head kicks in there. That's seen in the Carwin fight, and that spinning back kick in the Hunt fight, which is a major improvement, but he's got to keep up with that in this fight as well and his future fights, just to be a little bit more unpredictable. And he doesn't really take a lot of damage unless, say, you can keep him against the cage and beat him up like Kane can. But the reason he takes the stand up is because he's got more power in his hands. And hell, he didn't get knocked out by Stefan Struve. He knocked Struve out in the first round. He destroyed Gabe Gonzaga in 1 round. And he's better overall when it comes to striking. When it comes to jiu-jitsu, Junior is a black belt in BJJ. He hardly ever used it. I mean, we know he has excellent submission defense. We did get to see a little glimpse of his submission game when he was like a dead man walking against Cain Velasquez and try to sink that choke in. Ultimately, he didn't get it, but at least we got to see him at least attempt the submission, even though he was out of it. And I don't really know how well Stipe Miocic's submission game really is. I don't know. We haven't seen it. I can't, judge what I haven't seen. But as far as advantage with submission is concerned, I'm just going to give that JDS just because of rank. The wrestling aspect of this fight, Stipe is a Division I wrestler. He's very good at taking people down, as seen in the Shane Del Rosario fight and in the Roy Nelson fight where he briefly got Roy down. And he's got some good ground and pound and top control. Junior Dos Santos, on the other hand, has some of the best counter wrestling in the heavyweight division today, and he's not that easy to get off his feet and take him down. And he's also has excellent offensive wrestling, as seen when he took down Roy Nelson and when he took down Shane Carwin and when he took down Mark Hunt. So when it comes to the wrestling, I'm going to give it to Junior because I think Stipe is going to have a very hard time getting this guy to the ground. And even if he does manage to take Junior down, Junior just get back up like a cat because the guy's got an excellent sprawl and brawl. And it's really not going to matter because he's not going to hold him down for very long. If he does get him down at all, I don't see it happening. But if he does, Junior's going to get right back up and take it to him. Okay, after analyzing everything, here's my official prediction, for not only the victor, but how I see the fight playing out overall. Now, in the end, Stipe Miocic has improved in his last couple of outings, but that being said, he is not going to defeat Junior Dos Santos. His takedown defense is too good. His striking is laser sharp, and I see Junior Dos Santos picking apart Stipe Miocic. So he's going to defend the takedowns. He's going to use that jab to keep him on the outside, as well as throwing some kicks in there as well to give Miocic some different looks. To check out the timing and get his pattern down pat so that he can land in those uppercuts and knock this guy out. My official prediction for this fight. Junior's going to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and knock this guy out in 3, if not 2 rounds. As far as where they go from here, Junior's probably going to fight another top contender, like, say, maybe Overeem, whenever he's healed up. Because, I mean, people would love to see that fight. And then he'll need one more fight, then he gets the shot at the title, unless Cain Velasquez drops his belt to whoever wins between Travis Brown and Fabricio Verdum. Later this year, that he could be getting a direct title shot in 2015. Now, Stipe is going to work his way back up, and he will be a contender to look at in the future for the heavyweight title. Anyways, this ends today's fight prediction video. I'll see you guys for the next one.